It was a newsy kind of day at Walt Disney World and Disneyland, and we are here to break it all down for you, from price increases to new audio animatronics coming into the parks. I'm Rikki, and welcome to A Disney World After All, Minnie-sode number 19. Okay, so let's unfortunately start with the bad news first. And it's October, and so that means it's the start of the Disney fiscal year. And because it's the start of the Disney fiscal year, it also means that the Walt Disney World Resort and Disneyland tend to see price increases, and unfortunately, this October is no exception to the rule. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the fact that Walt Disney World annual passes did increase in price. Kind of a bummer for me. I actually was planning on buying my husband's annual pass, renewing it like today. Unfortunately, well, they raised the prices on me, but that's how the cookie crumbles. So let's break down how the annual passes are broken out now. So they raised the prices on all four tiers for their annual passes for 2025, with increases that range from $20 to $80 depending on the pass type. So here's the breakdown for all the passes now. So the Incredipass Pass, which is the most expensive pass, it's $1,629. It was $1,549. The Sorcerer Pass is $1,099 now. It was $1,079 now. The Pirate Pass has increased. It is now $869, and it was $829. And the Pixie Dust Pass is now $489, and it was $469. So we didn't see huge price increases like we have in the past few years. They were moderate price increases, but still a price increase is a price increase, and nobody ever likes to pay more money. So, that part's not great. But overall, the price increases weren't terrible for annual passes. I've definitely seen them way worse in the past. Okay, so let's move to ticket prices. So Walt Disney World had already announced most of their ticket prices for 2026, with the exception of November and December. And now we have those pricing information details as well. So the peak one-day admission at the Magic Kingdom is now going to hit over $200 for those peak days. And that will be $209 per day. That's a big yikes. Whew, okay. So during the busiest holiday dates in November and December 2026, the Magic Kingdom tickets will reach that price, which is up from $199 during the same period in 2025. The $200 plus tickets, they only are for a handful of dates, usually surrounding that Christmas and New Year's week. So just a heads up on that. But again, no one likes to see price increases, so that's kind of a bummer there. Okay, so tickets aren't the only thing that increased in price. Other additional price increases include a Lightning Lane, so that's going to cost you more now. Parking is going to cost you more. Things like the Droid Depot and Savi's Workshop at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique has seen some changes as well as far as pricing is concerned. Actually, they kind of simplified their pricing, which, to be honest, as a daughter, or as a person with a daughter who's getting to the age of Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique time, I'm very happy to see the simplified pricing. That's much better than what it was before. Before, there were way too many tiers. There's also increased pricing for tours, merchandise, and dining. So we saw price increases pretty much almost across the board today. So again, we knew it was coming because it is, again, the start of the fiscal year. The start of the fiscal year is October 1st. It's never easy to see those price increases. Speaking of price increases, Disneyland also saw some price increases for their one-day tickets. The Tier 0 tickets remain at $104, but their Tier 6 ticket for a one-day ticket has now raised to $224, which is the highest for that park's one-day ticket ever. So that's kind of crazy too. Disneyland's tiered pricing model, it adjusts depending on crowd occupancy levels and seasonality. Tier 0 is for the slower days, those value days, and Tier 6 is going to be for those busier days like holidays and weekends and peak summer, that kind of thing. They're very confusing. They have a whole calendar. If you're planning to go to Disneyland and you just want to buy a one-day ticket, you'll definitely need to look at the calendar to see like when are those peak days and when are the Tier 0 days, I guess I should say. It is, of course, still cheaper to buy multi-day tickets at the Disneyland Resort. So if you are going to be going to the Disneyland Resort and you want to buy tickets, maybe consider buying a multi-day pass. Okay, so their annual passes are actually called Magic Key Passes, and they saw price increases as well. Not across the board, just for two of the tiers, the two highest tiers. They saw a little bit of price increase, and actually kind of a massive price increase on that regard. And the two lower tiers have actually remained the same price. If you want to learn any details about all this pricing information, I've got it all on at DisneyWorldAfterAll.com. So I break down everything for you so you can like kind of look at the numbers and see how it all stacks up. So I've got the Disneyland pricing information, the Walt Disney World pricing information, and everything like that up on the site. So again, we start off with a huge bummer. I know nobody likes price increases, and of course I'm in the same boat. Like I said, I was planning on buying my husband's annual pass, renewing it, but well, I still am going to renew it, but I mean, now I have to renew it at a higher price. So that's definitely a bummer for me. But yeah, it's just, and everybody gets hit with it. And another thing that just kind of came out recently over the course of the day is the fact that the Walt Disney World Resort is no longer offering advanced purchase discounts for Magic Band Pluses for like either if you're having a resort stay or if you have an annual pass, you're going to end up having to pay the same full price that everyone else pays. So again, kind of a bummer. And again, look, I'm going to be honest, Magic Band Plus doesn't do it for me. I have one. It has never worked properly for me, and I don't like the charging mechanism for it. So, and they're really, really expensive because they are a little more high tech. So I don't think that they're worth the money. And now that I don't get a discount on it either, it really is not worth the money for me. And until mine breaks, I'm just going to hold on to that one. So just a heads up on that. Let's move on to some of the more positive news, and that is some news about the animatronics that are coming to the park. So Disney kind of helped with the blow of the price increases by announcing some details about some really cool audio-animatronics that are coming to the parks. They announced it at like 7 o'clock this morning as a way to be like, look over here. But in truth, it was just a major distraction. But it's still some really cool news, so that's why I want to break it down for you. So first things first, we are learning more information about Zootopia, Better Together, which is opening at Disney's Animal Kingdom on November 7th. And we got to see our very first glimpse at the new audio-animatronic that will be featured in the attraction, and it is going to be of Clawhauser, and he is, I'm telling you, ready for a party. If you look at him, he's got like glow necklaces on, and he is ready to jam out because the whole point of Zootopia Better Together is they are celebrating, and it's a big celebration day in Zootopia. So that's kind of the really cool thing about this. And we are going to be like participating in some sort of live feed event, which is really kind of cool too. Annual pass holder previews are going to take place, and DVC member previews are also going to take place. And they finally announced the dates for that as well. So if you're an annual pass holder, you'll be able to take part in the preview beginning on November 5th and November 6th. For these previews, there will be a virtual queue. So just a heads up, if you want to sign up and take part in these, you will need to sign up for the virtual queue. And the stipulations, I have all of that on at DisneyWorldAfterAll.com. So if you want to go make sure you read the details there. In addition, the Disney Vacation Club previews, those are going to take place a few days before. Those are on November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and there are some stipulations for that as well. You have to have a Disney Vacation Club stay booked already. I think it's by October 19th. So go check out the details on DisneyWorldAfterAll.com as well. That's going to be for Zootopia Better Together, which again, like I said, opens on November 7th. So that's coming up so soon. That is a month away, which is super exciting. Not going to lie, I am so anxious to get to see this new attraction. It's going to be a great addition to Disney's Animal Kingdom. Now let's head over to EPCOT, because we got details about an attraction that honestly, I didn't think we were going to see an update for, but we are, and that is going to be Frozen Ever After. So, I'm not going to lie, I have never liked the audio-animatronics that are in Frozen Ever After at EPCOT. And the attraction is in the Norway Pavilion, for those who don't know. And the attraction featured these projection faces of like Anna, Elsa, and Kristoff, and they just never, well, they never looked right. They always had some sort of weird offness to them. I'm sure that when they built the attraction, this technology was incredibly forward thinking and very cool. And I know that they had every best intention on this. However, 10 years later, this technology has certainly not held up, and it's not held up well at all. Like, it looked off when it started, and it really looks off now, 10 years later. So at Hong Kong Disneyland, we moved to now. Hong Kong Disneyland, they actually have a World of Frozen, and they have built figures for a similar attraction, and they are actually physical audio animatronics without the projection faces. So I had been hoping, praying that Disney would bring over these audio animatronics to Walt Disney World, and my prayers have been answered. I really didn't think this was going to happen. So they are going to take the characters that are in there now with projection faces, they are going to remove them and put in new audio-animatronics that have the actual faces that are real audio-animatronic faces. They're probably just going to update the face. They're probably not going to update the whole entire audio-animatronic, but either way, I'm so excited that they are going to be making this change, because this is such an important change to this attraction. And again, I applaud Disney for making this change, because it needed to be done. So, it really doesn't do much for them to make this change. Frozen Ever After has been an incredibly popular attraction since it opened. But, I think that they were aware that just this technology just did not work, especially for this attraction. It works for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I feel like that attraction, the projection faces really do work well. I don't want to belabor this too much, but we're going to see these characters be updated sometime in early 2026. No date was given yet, but I will make sure to keep you up to date on when that's going to happen, because I'm going to want to know too. Okay, let's get to the last little bit of information, and that is all about Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets. Okay, so are you ready to experience this attraction? Because I certainly am, and guess what? You're not going to have to wait that terribly long, because Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets is going to open at Disney's Hollywood Studios in summer 2026. This really kind of makes sense when you look at how they're taking the attraction, and they're not really changing too much of it. The whole nuts and bolts of the attraction are kind of staying the same. They're just Muppetizing it. So, it does make sense that there's going to be a quick turnaround here. There has been no closing date announced for Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith, though. So we do think it's going to close early 2026. So just keep that in mind. So like I said, it's going to be a really quick turnaround for getting the Muppets version up and running. But we did learn some more information about the audio-animatronics that are going to be featured in this attraction. So side by side with a dedicated team of Penguin audio engineers, which we knew those would be coming over from Muppet Vision 3D, there's going to be a brand new Scooter audio-animatronic that is added into the pre-show. And of course, he's trying hard to convince the Electric Mayhem that they need to stop laying down tracks so they won't be late for their show. But this is actually the first time that we've seen Scooter in audio-animatronic form, so that's really exciting too. We kind of knew that it was coming, because they did kind of show some preview of it in the concept art that they showed earlier, which I've shown now. And yeah, you saw that Scooter was there, so like, it's not the biggest surprise that Scooter was going to be there. However, they did say that Scooter is not going to be the only audio-animatronic in this attraction. That is in addition to the penguins too. There are going to be at least one other set of or I guess I should say one other audio-animatronic in this attraction. So who's it going to be? Is it going to be maybe Bean Bunny? Will it be maybe the Swedish Chef? Will it be who I hope it is? And I hope it's Statler and Waldorf, because that would be amazing if they're just like above you as you're getting ready to take off and they're heckling you, and that would be super amazing. I'm not gonna lie, like, I would, please Disney, make that happen. There are going to be additional audio-animatronics, which makes sense because of the fact that there were so many that were in Muppet Vision 3D, so they can probably reuse them, so that would be so great. So that's going to do it for all the news I have for you today. Let me know in the comments what you think about all this. Let's start with the first question. Who do you want to see in the new Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith as an Audio-Animatronic. Who would you absolutely love to see? Maybe you'd like to see Kermit, Miss Piggy. I mean, or the Electric Mayhem. That would be great too. So be really interesting to see who Disney brings into this attraction as far as Audio-Animatronic is concerned. Also, let me know what you think about the changes for Frozen Ever After. Are you excited like me? Do you want to see the new Audio-Animatronics of Anna, Elsa, and Kristoff? Or are you cool with the projection faces? Also want to know if you're excited for Zootopia Better Together, like I am. Super excited for this attraction. So yeah, let me know in the comments, and let me know if you're going to get to see the previews too. I unfortunately will be missing them. I'll be down there for Thanksgiving, so I'm going to try to head over to the park and experience it right after it opens. But yeah, just let me know what you think in the comments. And of course, the big elephant in the room, let me know what your thoughts are about the price increases. I am certain they are not going to be positive. So, you know, just be nice, be kind, and let me know what you think with that. Also, I am relatively new to this channel, so please make sure you like and subscribe to this video. If you've hung out with me this long, well, you know, please just do me a solid and like and subscribe. That would mean so very much to me. And for more information about everything that I've talked about, make sure to visit DisneyWorldAfterAll.com. We've got all the details there. And if you want to book a trip to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Universal, Disney Cruise Line, well, my travel partner, Jocelyn with the Magic for Less Travel, she would be more than happy to assist you and get you a free, no obligation quote. So go either, you can find her information either in my bio or at DisneyWorldAfterAll.com. And whew, this was a long one. So that's going to do it for me. We'll see you all next time. Bye.